Hello, darlings. Welcome to Z Star Africa, your home of sizzling drama recaps. Today, we dive deep into Ishani framing Raja and Gautam tricking and fooling Mahi as part of his revenge against Anupama. Let's get into it. In today's episode, Anupama asks Pakai to relax, assuring her that Ishani is out of danger. Pakai calls herself a loser, prompting Anupama to ask what really happened to Ishani. Pakai reveals that Varun had been troubling and threatening her. Ishani admits that if she had known Varun's true intentions, she would never have loved him. Varun misbehaves with Ishani, and Pakai slaps him, warning him to stop harassing her or she will file a ragging complaint against him. She also alerts Varun's friends. Pakai blames herself for Ishani's condition and tells Anupama that Varun is blackmailing Ishani. She decides to give him money, but Anupama stops her, saying she can't keep paying him. When Pakai asks what she should do, Anupama advises her to teach Varun a lesson, not just for Ishani, but to save other girls from him as well. Pakai and Anupama meet Ishani. Ishani asks Anupama why she saved her. Anupama tells her not to worry and says she should never have crossed her limits. Ishani regrets loving Varun, and Anupama assures her that they will teach him a lesson. Later, Anupama, Leela, Pakai and Hasmukh ask Ishani to select flowers. Anupama tries to calm her but imagines society judging Ishani over her inappropriate picture. When Pakai and Leela ask what happened, Ishani notices some boys staring at her and runs away to hide. Anupama advises Ishani not to be blind in love and urges her to fight back against Varun, saying she must stand up for her self-respect. Leela, Hasmukh and Pakai encourage her. Overwhelmed, Ishani confesses that Raja is innocent and that she tried to frame him. Anupama and Pakai are shocked. Meanwhile, Rahai grows worried as Prem doesn't answer her calls or messages. She decides to confront him but first learns that Ishani has returned and heads to the Shah house. Prem later comes home, and Rahai complains that he wasn't there when she needed him most. Prem apologizes, but when Rahai asks if he's hiding something, he denies it, though her suspicion remains. Anupama tells Peri that Raja is innocent, but Peri refuses to believe either Ishani or Raja. She says Raja was roaming around with Ishani in her absence and refuses to forgive them. Peri is shocked to see Raja and asks him to leave if he has come to meet Ishani. Raja apologizes, but Peri calls out to Ishani. Raja clarifies that he came to meet Peri, not Ishani. Peri says she no longer believes in love and asks him to leave. When Ishani asks Peri not to blame Raja, Peri accuses him and threatens to inform the Kotharis if he doesn't go. Raja leaves, leaving Ishani guilt-ridden. She says the family is suffering because of her mistakes. Pakai blames herself and apologizes to Anupama, Leela, and Hasmukh. Anupama tells Leela and Hasmukh that they must save Peri and Raja's relationship. Hasmukh says the festival is the right time to bridge emotional distances. Anupama tries to cheer up the Shah family and sings to reunite them. She waits for Ansh, insisting he will come, despite Peri saying otherwise. Anupama asks Paritosh to perform the ritual with Pakai, but he refuses. He says that because of Pakai and Ishani, Peri is suffering and accuses Anupama of sparing them while punishing others. Pakai argues that Ishani has already apologized and that one mistake shouldn't cost her everything, but Paritosh refuses to celebrate. Pakai breaks down emotionally. Peri later tells Anupama that she has realized her mistake and wants to return to Raja. Anupama accuses Peri of making a mockery of relationships. Peri admits she was angry before but now wants to fix things. Leela and Hasmukh decide to visit the Kotharis and apologize on Peri's behalf. Though Anupama and Kinjal worry they won't be forgiven, Leela insists the decision should be left to the Kotharis. Elsewhere, Parag announces that he will divide his property equally among Prem, Prarthana, Badshah, Raja and Mahi. Mahi asks if she is included, and Kayati clarifies she will receive Aryan's share. Prarthana and Rahai perform the Baiduj ritual. Mahi approaches Ansh to perform the ritual, but he refuses, accusing her of trying to ruin his career. When questioned, Ansh reveals that Mahi loves Gautam. Mahi confesses her love after the Kotharis accuse Gautam. Anupama questions Mahi's sanity. Vasundhara asks Anupama about her visit and warns her not to interfere. Anupama explains that Peri has realized her mistake and wants to apologize. Though she admits Peri was wrong, she insists Peri is genuinely remorseful. Vasundhara refuses to forgive her. Anupama pleads with Vasundhara, saying children make mistakes, but Vasundhara remains unmoved. Meeta declares Peri unfit as a daughter-in-law or wife. When Rahai tries to speak, Vasundhara warns her to stay in her limits. Anupama asks Rahai to remain silent. Peri begs for one more chance and Leela also pleads on her behalf. Parag says their family has suffered too and claims Ishani and Peri deserve no sympathy. Meeta firmly rejects Peri's return. Peri leaves in tears. Anupama urges the Kotharis to handle the matter calmly, but Vasundhara insists it's a family issue. Mahi attempts to mediate, but Parag rejects her alliance with Gautam. When questioned, Kayati asks how Mahi could fall for the family's ex-son-in-law. Parag announces that he will divide the property and everyone can live as they please. Mahi declares she will be happy with Gautam. Kayati questions how she could forget Aryan so easily. Mahi responds that she can never forgive Aryan but cannot live alone either. Prem warns her that Gautam is manipulating her, but Mahi defends him, insisting he has changed. She questions why Vasundhara brought Gautam back if he is bad, and if he is good, why she cannot marry him. Meeta mocks the Shahs, calling them foolish for bringing 3 daughters from the same house. She accuses Peri of disrespect, Rahai of being aggressive, Mahi of being shameless, and labels Ishani a blackmailer. Vasundhara declares that the Kothari daughters-in-law will not call them mother, but must show respect. Vasundhara asks Gautam for his decision. Gautam asks Mahi if she is sure and she confesses her love. He then asks Anupama to bless them, but she refuses, making it clear she dislikes Gautam. She asks Mahi to seek approval from Parag, Kayati, or Vasundhara instead and pleads with Parag to save Mahi's life. Shockingly, Vasundhara approves the marriage and declares that Peri and Ishani will not attend the wedding. Hasmukh decides to plan the wedding. Privately, Gautam celebrates, vowing to take revenge on the Shahs, settle his score with Anupama, and become part of the Kothari Empire. Leela calls Mahi brainless, lamenting that Kavya has run away and left Mahi's responsibility on them. Hasmukh says Mahi could have chosen better. Kinjal adds that Mahi never listens and reacts badly when corrected. Leela remarks that today's generation talks about trauma, whereas in their time, mothers used slippers to cure it. Paratosh, however, calls Mahi smart, saying she hit the jackpot by inheriting Aryan's property and securing a permanent place in the Kothari mansion through Gautam. Kinjal reluctantly agrees. Peri asks Anupama to focus on her instead of Mahi. She breaks down, saying the Kotharis ignored her apology while Gautam's mistakes are always excused. Ishani offers to take the punishment instead. Peri, Ishani, Kinjal and Paratosh urge Anupama to intervene. Overwhelmed, Anupama shouts that everyone makes mistakes and expects her to fix everything. She asks Peri to wait until the Kotharis calm down and declares she no longer cares about Mahi and Gautam's choices. Pakai wonders why their children are suffering so much. Paratosh says it's because they hurt Anupama in the past. Anupama prays for strength. Meanwhile, Rahai questions Prem's calmness. Prem says worrying won't help. Rahai is upset that Vasundhara accepted Mahi and Gautam's alliance so easily. As she speaks, Prem checks his phone, angering her. She accuses him of neglecting her while Prem insists his work is important. Rahai grows suspicious and storms off. Ishani worries about Varun's next move, but Anupama consoles her. Elsewhere, Vasundhara defends Mahi and Gautam's alliance before Parag, Kayati, Anil and Meeta. She announces the wedding will take place within 4 days to avoid drama, with only family in attendance. Rahai tries to convince Mahi to reconsider, but Mahi accuses her of jealousy and insecurity. Gautam interrupts, presenting Mahi with a rose and manipulating her emotions. Rahai warns Mahi she will regret her decision. Blinded by love, Mahi promises Gautam that she will bear his child and become a good mother. Gautam smirks, pleased by her innocence. See you in the next. Much love.